Well, this is Sunday the 15th of May 2005, and I'm just taking a short film for the benefit of myself and Keith and Terry, and this is a little memorial of LISKEARD, really, whether I'd come down. So this is LISKEARD railway station as it is today. It looks a bit different to the way it used to, I think. There it is. And there's the road down to Loo. Come back around here. That's the old Stag Hotel. With my car in front. So what I intend to do is just it's a bit awkward, but to drive up the road out towards the school and that towards Merrymead. Take a couple of shots, let's see how they go. But it is a bit awkward, as I said, holding the camera in my hand as I'm driving. Shouldn't do it really. This is the station itself. If you remember the old bridge I used to walk across from one side to the other. And there is the station and the railway line and the old signal box. Oops. And that is the new office, I think, ticket office. There you go. Looks a bit more posh now than it did. Yeah, a little bit warmer inside the car, I can tell you. So it's up Station Road we go. Million, just gone past the Million Hospital on the left, and just up here on the right there's where Dad used to work at Taylor's Motors. Point out in a second as we get a bit closer. It's Eleanor Guest House on the left where I stayed last night. Taylor's on the right, where Dad used to work. Dear old Dad, Jim Matt, bless him. And this is coming up to the town centre of LISKEARD. Rapson's on the left. It's a butcher's shop now, I think, but still got the name Rapson's on there. It's quite tiring actually holding the camera like this. But it's effective, I think. So I'm going to turn left down to the old school, town hall. There's the White Hart Horse Hotel on the left, pub rather. This is the Fountain Hotel. And coming up here is the old cinema on the left, with the town hall that owns it. The old cinema is now Jack's Entertainment Suite, and it's a nightclub basically. So there's the public hall where we had to do last night, which is great. Down to the old grammar school. I did the same trip yesterday, more or less, but it was absolutely weighing it down with rain, and wasn't very good image really, a good shot. so I'm redoing it today. It's actually a very cold morning here today. Not that warm at all. Right down the distance is the old school. Well, where it was. Got a bit of competition here coming up in front of me. Right. So this road is where the coaches used to come down. They struggle now, I think. It's very busy, cars parked on both sides. Quite narrow in places. So just on the left, coming up round the corner, there's the wall that they've built to represent where the old school was, which is quite nice. A very nice housing development on the other side of that. But the school, the Liskeard Grammar School, is definitely gone. They've tried to remember one or two of the names. I don't know why they call it Henford Grange, but it seems to be relevant. So I'm going to drive into the oldest, the new estate behind the school, where the school was. It's quite nice. I think there's two headmasters that have been remembered by using the names on the for street names. Obviously I know Jimmy Lingard or John Lingard, but the other one's before my time. So that's Lingard Close. Just give that. Whoops. Lingard Close. And that is Travers Close. I think he was the headmaster before Jim Lingard. I'm coming out of the estate now. And I should turn right in a second by the grammar school, where it was. And then off out to Merrymeet. There we go. They put a new junior school, I think, opposite where the other. Oops. So that's where the school was, on the right hand side there. Right, this is coming back up now towards the town hall on the left hand side. And that's the Fountain Hotel. Well, there's a shot down the town. The Webb's Hotel, there's the Fountain. The Webb's Hotel dead opposite. Off out towards Merrymeet. Police station up on the left hand side in a moment. Tremendous Lane. The road on the right where Peter Allen used to live. Allen the dentist. There's the police station on the left hand side. Well, that's it there, I think. Well, this is the old secondary modern school on the left, or where it was. No, it's still there. Doesn't look like it. Maybe it's all changed. So this is coming into Addington now. The left goes to St Clear, right goes down to Lou. Quite interesting, really. He used to live here. garage. Just back there was the garage where the old dad used to go and fill his petrol up. So this is a new roundabout here. I don't know how many years ago it was put here, but it's kind of new to me anyway. So it's just right to the top of the hill before it goes down. Here we go. This is the hill where we used to, on our push bikes, overtake the school bus. Can't imagine doing that now. Sure, it's trying to start raining again. Shocking day yesterday. Right up the hill towards Merry Meet. Right, Merry Meet in the distance, road to Bengover and Heniot on the right. This seems to be a one-way system now. You can go in there but you can't come out. So I don't know whether it's one way down here as well. But this is Merry Meet coming up. I don't know if you saw that signpost there. That's the church on the right hand side. This is the old shop. Just around the corner where we used to catch the bus. Well, rather where we used to wait for the bus. So there's the church in the distance. And this is the road into Merry Meet Village. Old Sandicott used to live on the right hand side there. So I'm going to go into the right and look at the old school, Merry Meet Infant School. Just where that car is parked, that's where Miss Berman used to park her the Lost in 7. Amazing. So just there is the entrance now to the school. So I'll get out a moment and take a couple of shots. Well, that's the entrance, where the entrance was to the school. But you really can't see much of the school now because it's all overgrown. Like, not overgrown, but nice gardens all around it. You can't hardly see it. But there's his. I'll just go in here, perhaps I shouldn't, but oh well. It's lovely. That's the old playground in the front. I'll go around to the back. That was the farm, the Coles farm entrance. Red fox ground. Oh boy. Friendly little dogs. So this is the view from the rear end of the Merry Meet School. There you go, that's it. Gosh, this is the village. There's the church. Gosh, bring back memories, isn't it? That's the way down to Merrymeet. No, sorry, down to Penorgan. And there's the little cottage where the old lady used to live. The door on the side of the wall. God, she died a few years ago. That's the door. And that's the old well, as it is now, kind of sealed up without the roof. There's the cottages on the right, on the left rather, that Paul Stevens used to live at, and Madeline. I'll have to jump back in the car now and go up down to Penorgan. Right up the road, past the church on the left, past the cottages. And old Paul Stevens used to live, and I understand he's changed his name. I met somebody that still knows him and sees him occasionally. So I think he's changed his name back to his old original proper name, because I think he was adopted. So here we go. This is the little road up to where Darky Lane is on the left hand side. Not much of Darky Lane as such, you wouldn't recognise it there. Well, it's just a lane without the trees and a new name. That's the view, wonderful view. Can't see as much today. It's called Tree Hawk Lane there. Oops. So there you go. Right, that's the road down there to where Liz Dawes' farm is. It was. Met her last night. So this is the road down to Penorgan. Still a couple of drops of rain on the screen. It's not really raining, just a little bit. Towards the top of the hill. The gate on the left here is a really nice view across to Carolyn, I think. I'll have a look at it, but you can't really, is it? I don't know if you can see too much of it really. In this weather, it's a bit misty and hazy, so I'll leave that and carry on down the hill. It would be better if there's a passenger with the camera instead of me trying to do it. This is it. This is the somebody's built this on the right hand side, running a business there. There's where the Hunkins used to live on the left. And this, I think I'll pull the car in here now and just have a little walk around. That's where Dad used to park his car. That's him. Right, I'll pull that in there and just get out a second. While I'm parked there now, and right in front that's the gate across the field. Remember I flew my first model aircraft in there. Looks a bit different now. Over across the back there, I don't know if you can see that. That's where all the old spring, I think, is behind there. That's all you can see of it now, whatever that is. Must be a box that houses it. And there's the, oops, that bank there, and just in the back there, that's where there used to be, we used to block it up and then we walk, no, not there, just a bit ahead, where there'd be all, we'd block it up and there'd be like a big lake in there. Right, then let's pan around to see the cottage. There's a for sale. That's on the right hand side down there. Is the entrance. I'll come down there in a minute. There's a cottage with a for sale sign in front. But that's Mum's laurel tree. Still there, look. Still there, growing away. I've got a cutting of that in my garden there. And there's the garden on the left, the farther side on the right. And that was the top of our garden, and just about there was where Mum's shed was. And there's another tree that Mum planted. She loved her garden, bless her. That's where dear old Mum and Dad's bedroom. So I'm going to walk down to the entrance now. It's starting to be a bit misty, slightly drizzly. Oh, that's where we used to put lots of rubbish and things in there, right opposite our entrance. Gosh, this does bring back memories. Our toilet. Goodness me. Oh no, Mum's painting still on the wall in the toilet. Would you know? Would you believe? Dad's shed. I shouldn't come in here anymore. Trespassing. Dad's shed. Little parking shed on the left. And the wall that used to be has gone. Upside too quick. The cottage. The privet. Looks as if it's still there. Well, not sure. Oh yes. That privet. Still there. Or part of it. There, you can just see it. The Dad brought down from Birmingham. I'm just going to pan into the garden. That is Mum's garden. It always will be. This is Mum's garden. And this is our back garden. I'm really taking a risk here. This is where Dad put the lawn. All his hard work and effort. They put a patio there, they're now parking cars in the back. That was the view. That's the tree that Terry planted. Big tree there. And another one there. Definitely Terry's tree. There you go. Well, that's where Dad used to park his car up there. Down there's the entrance. Hope you like this, Keith. And I hope you do, Terry, if you see it. So, that was where our old tree used to be. Big one that Gilbart's cut down. And the stump is still there. And that is the stump of the old tree that's cut down all those years ago. It came back and we were horrified. You might start to hear the little stream. And here's a stream that starts here. Little stream. I remember seeing that 53 years ago. And I thought, gosh, we've got a river. We're down by the river. Listen to the sound of it. That's the little waterfall. Sound. What does he get? I've got a friend. Oh, cat. He likes me, I think. And there's a stream then. And down here, like so. Oops. No, I'll just come up here. Like so. And that is now Penolga, looking at it from the back. The old cottage. They're not too bad at all, really. But I'm just going to walk up here and just try if I can spot it and bring out the pisky pole, which is up on the top here. Whoa, here we go. So that was the little bank we used to stand on. And up the bank there. It's quite difficult. That tree there, you can just see it. I'm trying to pan in slowly. The old pole. It's right behind that. There it is, up there, going up. Hey, Dan. The cat's befriending me. Well, it's up there. It is. You can just see it basically. The old pole. Get down, pussycat. I'll show you this cat. Where's he gone? There. So I'm just going to walk back up the road to the car now. That's about as much as I'm going to do here. A friendly little cat. Go away, pussycat. He wants to be on. I think he likes me. Alright, I'm talking quiet, but don't know why. But there you go. Back to my car, and I'll see what else I can take. And then I'm going to be starting my drive back to Kidderminster. Right, here we go. I'm going to drive down to the woods, I suppose. First of all, let's have a look past the old Gilward's farm. Here we go. There's a new building on the front there. There's the old one. And there's the farm. Goodness me. So, this is where we used to play as kids. And that tree there on the right, the big tree, the wire rope that we strung up, I'll just show you. That tree, you can still see the wire rope up there on that branch. Right. On that branch and coming down, that is it. Whoa, look at that. Up on the top there, around there, it's all grown over, and that's the wire rope still hanging down. There it goes down to the ground, look, hanging loose on the ground. Loose. And that we used to put that in between there and that tree over there, and like idiots we used to swing from one to the other and be really excited about that. There you go. Actually, on those trees, I did look a few years back, there is still carved our initials, but it's a bit overgrown now and it's a bit damp, so I'm not going to bother to go and have a look again, see if I can find them, but they're there. Right, this is the road down to where the Wiltons used to live. Here we go, sharp bend. As kids we used to run around here, cycle, walk. This is also the road to Pensilva, the back road to go and see Iron and Ron. Right, steep hill. They must have recently resurfaced the roads around here because there's all sorts of signs that were saying go slow. Right, this is a really steep hill. Can't remember how steep. It's one of the steepest hills in Cornwall, I'd say. An absolute bugger to cycle up, bugger to walk up. And on the right hand side is the road down to where the Wiltons used to live, probably still there. I shan't visit today. So there we go. Down to, I think it's Hayford, is it? I'm going to go down there and have a look anyway, then probably call it a day. Obviously it's quite dangerous doing this, driving with one hand, but I haven't got where I am today without doing one or two things wrong. I hope this film comes out okay. It's just one way of bringing back a few memories really for us. Right out in the middle of nowhere, it feels like that anyway. Here we go. Can't remember what the place is called. Is it Hayford? No. Telephone box up on the right, left rather. And it's not the same telephone box anymore, but, well, don't know. I think maybe it is, but without the door. Goodness me, so it is. And then this is the bit where the bridge is. Oh. Wow. We used to sit on here as kids, we'll come down with our bikes. I'll just turn around in a second and take a couple of shots of that close up. And that's where the chap used to have his radio and electrical business, repairs radios. Just behind there was like a little radio shack where I got my first ideas and interest into radio. Here we go. This is it. Bluebells. Gosh. There is the water, the river coming down under the bridge where memories, if you're interested, on the other side of the bridge and the water, reflections of the tree. Right. Well, before I leave here, I thought I'd just have another little pan around and just park the car just down by the on the side there. And this telephone box, I just checked it out, and it really is the same old box all those years ago. It literally does have the door taken off, and you can see where the hinges. Probably there you are. Look. That's just. I mean, you wouldn't see that very often, really. There's the same old box with the doors taken off. They obviously decided around here to keep it. But there you are, and there's into the woods there. Always was private land. Never used to bother us, did it? We went in anyway. No land around here was private to the Mantons. That was just an open invitation to go straight on in. And that's the woodland area. I think Terry and Keith must have both had plenty of butterflies from there, and maybe moths. I'm not sure. There you go. So my little memory lane has virtually come to an end for today. I think I'm going to start batting it back to Kidderminster.